Now then, you beautiful people, this bathroom's ready to second fix, so let's get on with it. But before we do, don't forget to smash that like button and make sure you subscribe because we're nearly at 10k. Right, so Nick come on Saturday and did the panels. I think it looks smart. I've got silicone up still, it's not a problem, we'll do that afterwards. So plan of action today is, first of all, we're doing radiator. I've got the old one off, new one's going on. It's a very small, 300 by 1000 I think it is. And yeah, we've got plastic under the floor, which works to our advantage a little bit, but it's going to fall straight on that joist like it did before. So I need to make the towel valves in. We're going to have to notch out in here. What we're going to do is, I'm going to do it in copper and put talon sleeves on instead of the chrome pipe. Some people don't like it, but I do. I prefer that. And it's a lot easier than scrubbing down the copper. Scrubbing down the chrome to get a soldered fitting on. Because there must be a tool out there that makes it easy to clean chrome down. Because I do prefer doing the elbow, but it's just a headache. So I'm just going to put 15mm copper in with a soldered elbow, and then I'm going to cut these back. Speed fit elbow on there, copper across, boom boom, same there, copper across, boom boom. So yeah, we get that done first, then we can get the rest of this ply down, and then we're going to move over to the shower, get the shower on, get the screen in, basin in place. If I can get that done today, I'll be very happy. And then tomorrow, all it leaves is take the toilet out, put the new click vinyl floor down, and then silicone up everywhere tomorrow. I might get a little bit further than that done today, we'll see, depends how it goes. But yeah, we get this central heating drain down. I think, what I could do is get everything ready. So if I get the valves made up, my pipe in and ready to connect up, I can then just drop the pressure off that, cut it, elbow on, snap it onto there, and then same on this grey one, polypipe one onto there, snap it, boom boom, on. All sounds good in my head. Sounds like it'll work. It should work, but we'll see. So as always, rapid blue. You only need one bead going round. It says on the second and third thread, and then make a mess here. The only thing with liquid PTFE, rapid blue, whatever you use, it's very, very messy. So just wind it in to where it needs to be. That'll do. You find some radiators it's tight, other radiators it's not, and then just clean the excess off because this blue, rapid blue stuff does get everywhere. I see some people spreading it along the thread, like going across it and rubbing it all in. I don't feel like you need to. As far as I'm aware, according to the instructions, you don't need to. It's just on the between the second and third, and then it just goes in and it just spreads. As it's winding in, it spreads around the thread, basically, so that makes it seal. If you haven't tried it, do try it. I love it for these sort of radiators. It makes life a lot easier. You don't end up having loads of PTFE or Loctites spilling out, and just looks a lot cleaner. Even though when putting it in, it's not a lot cleaner. So I'll get this side made up. So I always put my valves facing inwards because I think if they're facing outwards or that way, you're just going to end up catching your knee or catching your leg on it, when you're walking past. And on this one, with the basin being where it is, it's going to be pretty close to this towel rail when the door opens. If that was facing outwards, the door would not open, so it's got to go that way on this particular one. But rule of thumb, I always do it that way anyway. So what we'll do now, I'm going to shoot to the van, just go sweat myself 2 elbows up, then we can get these notched out, get them into place, connected up, pasted up, tightened up, and then we just need to drop pressure into a bucket. Probably do it out with a valve, to be fair. I'll probably just get a bit of a hose into a bucket, and then just a lot easier that way. Saves messing about draining the full system. Yeah, I think that's the plan of action. I might even rip some of this lead out. It must have been lead hot and cold at some point in this house. So once I've ripped that out, I might take a bit of that out. Because if you know me, I'm a part-time plumber, full-time scrap man. Right, I'll try again because I've just filmed that side and realised I've not turned my mics on. and the audio's shocking with that mic. So I did it last week. If you haven't checked last week's video, please go check it out. Anyhow, so just making this connection up now. I've dropped the pressure out of the system. There's not much water. I've got a towel under there, just to soak up any water that does come out of the pipe when I cut it. But hopefully, all being well, once I've cut the pipe, insert on, elbow on, straight onto the copper pipe, there won't be much water spilt anyway. So let's get everything ready, get it all made up. Phone somewhere like there. Should do. Right, so let's paste this up. Right, all done and dusted. So, get the pressure filled back up, get this bit of pipe taken out. I need to just work out what we're going to do there. Get that taken out, get the pressure filled back up, get it tested out, make sure it's all getting warm, and just make sure I've got no leaks under the floor. Floor can go back down, then we get this ply in, and we're going to finally make a start on the shower. So we've all the radiator in now and the plied down, ready to go. We're going to move over to the shower, get the shower valve in and screening, and then we can worry about everything else. So I'm just starting on the shower now. So, put you down there somewhere, that'll do. These sort of fittings, basically it's a nut and olive and a back plate, basically. Get that onto there, like so. And what we're going to do is get a pencil, put a pencil mark on both of them. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut, my pencil mark's there, but I'm going to cut back about here. I've got plenty to play with on the inside of there, so I can go back, because reason for that is, once I tighten that up, last thing I want is my pipe to be sticking past the outlet of the connection. It could cause problems. So we'll cut that further back, we'll get that done, get them back onto place, and then we'll get our bar shower on and make sure we've got 150 centres. So what we'll do now is put them back on that. So we then want to get our bar shower. Got little stickers on the back, one for hot, one for cold. Hot to the left as always. What we'll do is just make sure we've got 150 centres. Do is get a little level, a little stability level, put it on there, making sure we're nice and level. And then all I'm going to do is mark up where I want to drill. We're going to go off about there on that one. With that off now, we'll get a little pilot drill. Because the last thing you want to do is drill through there and it's had a big crack going down the plastic front and you end up having to replace the board. It's not worth it. So just put a little pilot hole and then we just need some 10mm screws, something like that, 15, 20mm screws, just to go through there, just to bite into the board, silicone the inside up and get it all tightened up. So once you've got them on there, what I do is take your nuts off. And then paste her up. Don't want to put too much because you end up pushing down the pipe and then could end up causing problems, blocking filters and stuff like that. Then get your spanner. And on the flat bit of the nut, just give it a tighten up. Don't have to go crazy with it. just enough to it to bite. Because the last thing you want to do, especially if it's tiled, if you swing off it, you could end up cracking the tile. And I've done it before. It happens. It happens to the best of us. You should know, with experience, you know once it's tight enough, basically. So that's in there. I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna put some more silicone, especially there. Don't quite cover. The rubber washers, so you don't have to go crazy on these ones. So what I'm going to do now is make sure we've got that turned off to the off position, which it is. Got to turn the water back on and make sure we are watertight and there's no leaks, and then we can get the riser rail kit up, and then we can move over to the screen. Right, just making this up now. Got it drilled in. Just leveling it off, got a couple of good screws at the top to tighten it up. Make sure you put a level at the front. Make sure you're level with the wall. Because last thing you want to do is look from inside and it be tight back or too far forward, so you need to make sure you get it right. And also, make sure you put your holder on or any soap dishes, because the amount of times I've put these up and put riser rails up and forgot to put the holder on and soap dishes, it's untrue. So yeah, just a reminder, don't do it. These thin jaw spanners from Monument are great for them nuts there, where it's just a tiny little groove to get onto. So we get that made up, hose on, head on, and then yeah, we're getting there slowly. So I'm just building the frame up now. So I built the frame up, drilled it into the walls. So just a controversial one. Silicone in behind profiles. How I do it is I put a big bead at the back of the profile. If it's tiled, I usually go about 30 centimetres up, but this only needs a little bit, so I've gone about 7" up, past the first screw hole basically. Silicone in the screw hole on every single one at both sides, and that's how I go about doing them. To be fair, it's how I got taught. How I see it is if I've got to come back to that to replace the screen or anything like that, it's silicone all the way behind, it's going to be a nightmare to get the screen out or the profiles out. So I'm just thinking in the next step ahead. Yes, you're going to get a better seal behind the profile, but once you silicone the outside, it's good enough. You don't need the one behind it anyway. Only really place you need it is where the screw holes are, because you don't want water going through the screw holes. So how do you do it? Let us know in the comments below. I know people do it differently, but yeah, I prefer to do it this way. People have moaned at me about it before, but it works for me, and yeah, touch wood, I've not had no comebacks off it yet. Right, I am back today. Sorry I didn't get any more footage yesterday. My phone died, unfortunately, so I didn't get any more footage, but I'll show you what we've done yesterday and also what we've done so far this morning. Shower screen is all done, ready to go. Electrician come last night. Little did I know, I put the extractor fan on. He hasn't put the mirror on yet though, but I suppose he wants me to put Basin in first. Change of plan with the toilet. Originally we were taking the old toilet out and put the new toilet back in, but we've decided while we're doing it, let's just put a new toilet in, because I think it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. We've got a nice new unit, nice new shower, and an old toilet. Let's just put a new toilet in and just get it done while it's here. Just finished the flooring off. I've used this Z-Zoo flooring. It is basically a click vinyl. I'll show you a bit of it. So it's like a laminate, clicks together like laminate does. But this has like a foam backing, and it's 100% waterproof. There's loads of things on the side. Covers 2.23 square meters. That's how it look. Pet friendly, warm underfoot, but mainly for myself, it's the waterproof side of it, which makes it perfect for showers and bathrooms. And it's just easy to fit. It's simple. I'm not a floor fitter by far. I'm nowhere near a good floor fitter, but this is really simple to fit. Basically cuts with a Stanley knife, snaps in half. If you've got to do any little funny cuts, which we have to do around here, multi-tool it. It's easy to do. Really simple, really easy to go down. So highly recommend it. It's Zizou. So yeah, check that out if you are interested in this sort of flooring. So what we're doing now, just going to get the front panel on the shower tray, get the basin fit, made up, sink stuck down. While that's going off and setting a little bit, we'll get the toilet in. So we've got toilet unit, concealed cistern, and just a pan to go back in. So I'm under a bit of pressure today to get finished today. So I don't know how much footage I'll get, but we'll try to show you what we can do. And then once that's all done, I need to silicone up. But I need to be clever and think forward about once I've got this unit in here, I may struggle to silicone with the profile at the side there. Same and at this side when I've got the basin unit in. So what I'm thinking is I'll drill my holes that I need to drill, then I'll silicone up before putting my units in, just to make life a little bit easier for myself. So stay tuned, I'll catch up with you shortly. I'm not sure how far I'll be ahead. Right, so just putting basin in now, making up the basin. I just want to show you this. I've showed you before, it's a basin mate from Epson or Thomas Dudley, same company, just a different branded. So basin mates basically eliminate the need of silicone on washers. Everyone knows that I use silicone on the waste, but this, as you can see there, you got a plastic nut at the bottom, a ginormous washer that goes in between, which makes the seal, and then a foam washer you put at the top. So we'll give it a try and see what you think. Have you ever used one of these? Let us know if you have. If you haven't, I definitely recommend them. They are good and a lot less messy than using silicone. There you go, all in. Still get your trap washer on there. You've got to be careful because you can buy the basin washer mate, whatever you want to call it, separate to the plug itself. You've got to be careful because if you're on some waste, the thread's just not long enough to use them. So that's a downside to it. If the washer was slightly smaller, probably would be a little bit better and more universal for all basin waste, to be fair. But yeah, all done. So we'll get that stuck down, bead the silicone round. We're going to let that go off. We're not going to pipe it up yet because I find sometimes when you pipe it up, if there's any strain on the pipe, it can push the basin forward. So what I'm going to do is get that stuck down, move on to the toilet, get toilet in place, get that done, and then we can pipe up the basin. Right, so just plumbing the toilet up now. I use, as always, Flexi, bent Flexi. They have the smallest radius to bend. I've had to put another nut in just to bring it this way a little bit, but to get a compression one in there and an NV one just could be a lot more hassle, and compression one wouldn't even fit, to be honest. So I use these. As long as you're not kinking them, they'll be okay. Straight onto a Flexi, pull bend round onto the existing plastic that's there. So we're just cutting this back now, our flush pipe. How I do it, make sure I've got the right height, is I put it in, measure from the floor to the centre, which this one is 24, and then, 26, and then we measure from our floor to our centre of our inlet to our toilet, which is 34.5, minus that from that, and that's how much you need to cut off there, and that should then give you 34.5 to the centre of your pipe on coming out. So yeah, a bit of a tip for you, and I've told you a few times about already, but one for apprentices. If you don't know how to do it, that's how I do it, and I think it's the easiest way. Lastly, cutting this one, once you've got it into place, what I do is measure inside there to your ridge, which comes to about 4 centimetres. Measure off the front of your panel, 4 centimetres, cut that. Then you can get your flush going on, boom boom, toilet can go back. I've got a flexi pan connector to go in there. I prefer flexis, that way I can make the connection and then push the toilet back. It just makes life a lot easier, I think, in my opinion. Right, so stressful day. It's 3:30, and I'm pretty much done. All I've got to do now is silicone up and clean up. But yeah, all done and dusted. It's looking smart. Floor's looking nice. Oh, before I forget, that's just reminding me. Chrome talon covers for that. I need to do that next before I start siliconing the floor. So silicone floor at corners, profiles to the ceiling, around the bottom of the tray, standard white on tiles, white on the sanitary ware, chrome on the chrome ware, and yeah, straightforward. Question for you though, white along the bottom of the toilet or clear? I prefer clear, but some people prefer white. I know that it goes against the rule of thumb of white silicone on white sanitary ware, but where it meets the floor, I think it looks better in clear. Especially with a grey floor, if I put white along the bottom of there, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. Got to silicone all the edges, and then we'll be done. What I'll do is I'm going to get finished up, get that siliconed up. I'm not going to show you me siliconing, because I'm not the best siliconer in the world, but I take my time with it, and eventually it looks right, and I don't leave until I'm happy with it. Don't slag me off too much. I'm not one of these that can do it with a little dowel bit of stick. I'm not a professional. So yeah, I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to waste my time. Can't be arsed with the aggro and the troll comments I'll get afterwards. Crack on, and I'll show you the end product shortly.